to our show, Potomac Talks,
where we find the worst and best things about our teacher and use our evidence to guide them.
Today we have with us Mohammed, Daniela, Yaritza, and myself, Farea.
This week we reviewed the topic of Pygmalion and some real issues in the world today.
The three topics we will talk about today are how teacher impacted you as a student,
how teachers impact academic performance,
and last but not least, how teachers impacted your interest in a subject.
A teacher-student relationship is very important. They are role models outside of home.
and they have as much impact on kids as their parents do.
Some ways teachers impact students positively is making them feel better about themselves, make a student feel heard and understood, and make them better and smarter leaders for their future. We see this example in Pygmalion when Mr. Pickering treats Eliza like a lady and sees her as a lady, so Eliza feels like a lady and is able to learn how to act like a lady.
That made her believe in herself.
Yeah. And Mr. Higgins, he treated her really bad and made her feel like really bad about herself.
Like, it didn't matter how much effort Eliza put in, like, Higgins still saw her as some street rat.
Higgins was a hater, so that pushed Eliza to become better and prove Higgins wrong.
Despite and how Higgins treated her, she still chose to put herself first and achieve her goals.
Moving on to our next topic, some ways teachers can impact a student's interest on their subject is by showing interest themselves and being enthusiastic to teaching.
Teachers can offer help to students that are confused and not make them feel stupid, because sometimes teachers don't like repeating themselves and blame the students for not paying attention.
Sometimes kids don't pick up subjects faster than others, so teachers have to be patient, and that's the way they can improve their teaching style.
Some ways teachers impact academic performance is by setting high expectations for their students.
So we see this example in Pygmalion when Higgins, he worked really hard with her. He spent like every day, every night working with her, and a way he impacted her academic performance was having different teaching styles. So he had flashcards for her, he took her to concerts to listen to the sound. So he had different teaching styles, and he was very adamant about making her a proper lady. So I feel like that really impacted her as a student.
Students might feel more confident by getting praise for their accomplishments, whether big or small.
And Higgins didn't give Eliza enough credit or praise where she felt like she could go through with it. So that's an important thing. When it comes to teaching, students deserve praise.
Teachers need to believe in students so that they can believe in themselves too.
Now for our next segment, we will be asking teachers how their teachers impacted them in a negative and positive way. Let's go!
Hey guys, welcome to our show. I'm Yaritza, that's Mohammed, this is Daniela.
And we are now going to be showing the teacher interviews with teachers here at Potomac. Please enjoy.
Hi, my name is Farea, and today I have Mr. Revets joining me.
Hello.
So, Mr. Revets, how has a teacher impacted you as a person?
What a great question. Do I hold this?
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay. Well, I can honestly say that in high school, I had a photo teacher who really cherished having me explore different things, different historical, contemporary elements, different mediums, different ideas, challenging me on religion. She opened me up as a person.
Wow,
In total.
that's deep.
Very, like a well. The first story that comes to mind is Mr. Sned, my art teacher in high school, 3D art sculpture. He had an open door policy where I was always allowed to come in if it was a tough day, work on anything, work through things, through the arts. He really encouraged me when things were looking down. When things were looking up, he definitely pushed the boundaries for my academic performance.
Hi, my name is Mohammed and I'm here with
Angie.
Alright. Describe a time where you had a bad experience with your teacher.
So I was slut shamed by a male teacher in our school, and it made me very uncomfortable and sad because he's my advising teacher, so I have to see him a lot.
And how did that impact you? going into this classes?
It kind of scares me because I have to be careful, like what I do or what I wear. It's like stepping on stones or whatever, rocks. I don't know. Just be careful with things.
Hi, so I'm here with my favorite teacher. Can you introduce yourself?
I'm Miss Block.
Okay, Ms. Block, I have a question for you. How has a teacher impacted you as a person?
So I actually have two teachers who I remember very, very well from when I was growing up, and they impacted me in two different ways. My 8th grade grammar teacher, Mrs. Jones, she had the bar raised, and she pushed you to consistently reach that bar. She was one of those teachers that you like loved and hated at the same time. Like you respected her because she had such an awesome work ethic and she was really good at what she did. But there were times where you're like, she's kind of mean, you know what I mean? But as an adult, I can look back on that and appreciate it because I feel like she really pushed me to achieve higher than I was at that time. And then my other teacher, I would say, is Mrs. Hickson. She was my 12th grade English teacher. And actually, it's kind of a funny story because she was the first teacher I ever had who wrote right back to me when I wrote to her because we did journals, right? So we would do journals. And I always looked forward to getting her response back after I turned it in. And, I would write about everything, my friends, boys, whatever it was, family. And that is actually what inspired me to do Free Write Friday in my class. And my students had the option to turn their notebooks in and have me write back to them. And so that was definitely a lasting impact that she had on me as an educator.
What advice would you give to your past teachers?
Make sure everyone gets to partake in some way, whether it just be in a social conversation, whether it be an academic conversation, and just make sure everyone has an opportunity to do it in different mediums. So like if it's writing or if it's speaking or if it's, even just goofing off in class, like just being able to have a space for everyone, that's what I would tell other teachers or my past teachers.
Hello, today I'm here with Mr. Fry, a social studies teacher here at Potomac High School. The first question we will be asking is, how has a teacher impacted you as a person?
So when I was in high school, I had an English teacher named Mr. Cavello, and he was just very funny and welcoming. So that really impacted me. It always made me feel included, and I always kind of wanted to bring that same sense of humor to my classroom. So that definitely impacted me as a person.
Is it easier for you to teach boys or girls? And is there any difference?
I wouldn't say it's easier to teach boys or girls, but there definitely are some differences in teaching the different genders. It just depends on how you approach them and things like that. But overall, I don't find one easier than the other.
Okay, thank you.
Now moving on to our last segment, do's and don'ts in the classroom. Scenario 1 is a teacher introducing a new unit.
Alright everyone, take out your computer, go to module 3, and click the one that says selective incorporation. By now you should already know, take out your notebooks and write down every page on the sides, please. This is due by the end of class, so work hard and focus.
That's not enough time.
Good afternoon, students. In today's class, we will be learning about selective incorporation. To start off, does anyone know the difference between civil liberties and civil rights? No? Okay, that's fine. So civil liberties are constitutional rights that protect the people from infringement or arbitrary acts from the government. For example, it's like freedom of speech, protection against unreasonable search and seizure, etc. Now, civil rights are policies that protect people from arbitrary or discrimination treatment by the government.
Scenario 2 will be do's and don'ts when a student asks a question.
Ms. Vasquez, I have a question about the worksheet.
Okay, I'll head right over.
For question 5, I don't understand the question. Like the way it's worded, it's confusing me.
Okay, I'll explain the question differently to you. Okay, starting to get it?
Yeah. Okay. All
Good
right.
job, okay.
Thanks. Ms. Vasquez, I don't understand the word.
Same.
The instructions are on the slides. Did you guys not read them?
I did, I just don't get it.
Well, you weren't paying attention. You can ask one of your classmates to help you.
Yuritsa, do you know what we're supposed to do?
No, girl, I don't even know. This class is too hard. She doesn't help.
I guess I'm getting a bad grade.
In scenario 3, we will see do's and don'ts of when a student is performing badly.
Mohammed, you're not working hard enough. I need better grades from you. Mohammed, can you please come to my desk, please? I've noticed your grades recently. They aren't looking too good. Is everything okay?
There's some stuff going on back home. I can talk about it.
Okay, do you need me to push the deadline?
Yeah, I just need more time and a little better explanation.
Okay, I'll do that for you.
Alright.
And that concludes our video. Thank you for watching our production. We hope that this video will help teachers all around the world to be better for their students. Thank you.